Hi and welcome to the Lunch Break Gardener. So today I'm going to talk to you about blackfly and how I control them without blasting them off with water. So as you can see, I've got a number of broad bean plants here, and the majority of them aren't infected with blackfly, and that's how I want to keep them. 2 of them have blackfly colonies on them. So the blackfly is also known as the black bean aphid, and over winter it will hide out on a shrub in your garden, and then come the spring it will fly to a vegetable in your garden, and it will produce non-winged females. It doesn't need to mate, and it can produce up to 30 offspring, and their offspring can produce up to 30 offspring all without mating. So a really quick turnaround in population can happen. And that's always the case when a species is highly hunted. And there are many predators in your garden, in the organic garden, which will hunt down the blackfly aphid, which is the base of the food chain. And so it plays quite a crucial role in the ecosystem of your garden. But because it's non-winged, it will spend its 50-day lifespan on your plant, sucking the lifeblood out of it. So it sucks on sap, which would otherwise feed the fruit or vegetables that you are trying to grow, and it will then distort them and possibly make them not fit for harvest. So there's a couple of things you can do. As you can see here, I'm tying in the tops of the broad bean plants, and then I'm just going to pinch out the growing tip, which is the main succulent, most juicy part that a blackfly aphid will fly to in the spring and think, yeah, I can grow a colony here to feed on. So your friend in all of this will be the ladybird. Ladybirds love to eat blackfly, and I have a number of them on these plants. So I don't have to look very far to find them. There's one sunbathing, and here's one looking for his next meal, which I'm happy about. Ladybirds will also lay their eggs on this plant as well. So if you blast with water the blackfly, you invariably kill the ladybird eggs as well. So it's not a great combination in any sense of the word. I have beehives behind this. I don't want to be blasting water across their flight path. So here we have some ladybird eggs. So they are yellow, and this is what they look like. So I went back and filmed this same leaf the next day, and they do slightly change colour. So I'll just show you them the next day, which is here. So they are slightly grayer in colour as they develop, but that's what you want to be looking out for. Your other friend is the hoverfly. Hoverflies will have larvae on this plant too, and they just eat through the blackfly. I'll see if I can find some. So ordinarily touch this plant with gloves and then dispose of your gloves. But here they are. Here's the hoverfly larvae, just circled there in the green. And they'll just annihilate probably most of the blackfly on that leaf. Unfortunately, the blackfly do have a friend, and that friend is the ant. Now where you get blackflies, you will also find a stream of ants, and they like the honeydew which is produced as a byproduct or a waste product by the blackfly aphid. So the ant population will be supported by a blackfly population. So much so that when the blackflies have finished with the broad bean plant, the ant will carry it, because it's non-winged, to another plant where it can continue to support its population. So what I'm doing here is at the base of the broad bean plant, I'm putting used ground coffee beans. which repels ants, and this will slow them down. But if you do put coffee around the base of the plants with the aphids on, put it around all of them, because the ants will find a way round and just move the blackfly onto your other broadbean plants. Ants are so intelligent, they will actually find ladybird eggs and destroy them, so that the colony of aphids continues to grow. So they're a real pain in combating the blackfly. But as you can see here, I'm just showing you how the ants will be slowed down by the coffee. You can also try cinnamon as well. That's a great one. I don't know whether it's the powdery substance or the smell, but it certainly stumps them. So the other thing I'm going to do is remove any bridging between the plants. I don't want blackfly to be able to walk between the plants, and I don't want ants to be able to quickly carry them across to another plant. So I'm just clearing and giving a good distance between each of my broadbeans. So this is a swede plant I let go to seed, and it's encroached on the broadbeans, and I'm just going to remove a few branches of it so that it's not being used as a bridge between my plants, my broadbean plants. What I would suggest is to change your clothes before and wash your hands before you go and touch any other plants or go into a greenhouse. Okay, that's all for me. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time.